Well, I tell you what, if you want to get involved in an Arkansas race, I can give you these stickers and you can wear them. You all right for that? All right, here we go. We're gonna get votes everywhere.
Reagan is hitting it pretty hard. She has a commercial with Clinton in it supporting her. Do you think that's going to hurt you at all?
Well, you know, President Clinton's endorsement occurred long before I entered the race. I understand sticking by commitments. We're focused on Arkansas voters. We're focused on the people that are going to decide this election, and we want to make sure that we get out our message here in these last 30 hours. So we're continuing to focus on that. The fact is that if you send the same people back to Washington, you're guaranteed to get the same results, and that message is absolutely resonating around.
Lieutenant Governor, would you consider yourself a blue dog Democrat?
I consider myself a person who is fiscally responsible, that wants to make sure that the federal government establishes a responsible and appropriate fiscal policy. And I think it's an absolute fiscal disaster that over the last 10 years we've racked up an additional $7 trillion of indebtedness, more than doubling our national debt in the last 10 years, as we just clicked over $13 trillion this past week. That $7 trillion in the last 10 years is the equivalent of almost $100,000 for every Arkansas family of four. And if you check the record, you will see that Senator Lincoln voted for almost every piece of legislation that significantly increased those deficits and that debt.
But is that a coalition you would join in the Senate? Because she's a member of the Blue Dogs. Would you join the Blue Dogs if you're elected?
David, I appreciate the question, and I'm going to look at all of that. I'm not going to be presumptuous here. When the voters of Arkansas are good enough to give me the Democratic nomination, then I've got a 5-month campaign against Congressman Bozeman. I'm not going to get into all the intricacies and the inside Washington nonsense. Here's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on relentlessly working on behalf of middle-class Arkansas families, just as we've done here as Lieutenant Governor. And all this inside baseball and, you know, coalition this and coalition that, Arkansans don't care about that. What they want is somebody who's going to fight for them every day and not fight on behalf of special interest groups like Wall Street or health insurance companies. And that's what we've been focused on. I'll leave for another day all this stuff about which groups you're going to join and all that. Arkansas voters need to know one thing. I'm going to be a member, I'm going to be a charter member of one group, and that's the folks that are on their side every day.
There was suggestions over the weekend that you were fired by both the Clark campaign and the Arkansas Institute. Can you clarify that?
No, that's old issues. Absolutely not in the Clark campaign. And, with the Arkansas Institute, we definitely had a parting of ways, and your papers reported it.
Are there any other counties besides Garland y'all are watching y'all might be worried about?
You know, the campaign has developed a list of counties that they're looking at in terms of fewer voting sites that we would like, and I direct you to our campaign for that, Jason. I don't have that list here, but they have developed a list.
Okay, great.